Hi there, Tony here, and this is Football Fan TV, and welcome yet back again to another pod. And I have the gang here. Manchester City 3, Bayern Munich 1. The match reaction to the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. In my panel, I have Benzie up here, Manchester City fan. I think you're the third Man City fan I know in Uganda. Dranix from the other side of Manchester, I think the wrong one. And then Mr. Liverpool is here again. So talk to me, boys. Benji, what do you say about the game?
Well, first off, I feel like it was a fair game. Like it was really tight. When you check out the stats, the possession was almost the same. The attacks were almost the same. The passes were almost the same. So until Upamecano gifted us that goal, it was really in the balance because they were trying their best to attack on the other end, but only Sane was really a threat tonight. I didn't see Musiala anywhere. I didn't feel Coman do anything against Ake. So yeah, it was very dominant from our part. We were consistent from the midfield. I feel like Pep didn't overthink this game, which really helped us because he has a tendency to overthink the big games. But yeah. Today I felt confident the minute I saw the starting lineup, and I'm just glad the boys came through. It was a really nice game to watch.
Dranix, what do you think about the game? Because the team in Manchester that is roaring right now and going up is in the blue side, not the red side. What are your thoughts on the game?
First of all, Benji, that guy is now called Masala, not because he bottled so bad.
Musiala.
He bottled so bad that I couldn't even notice that he was in the pitch. Bayern had a very bad midfield. Like it was only Kimmich who was present, and you will see like City had all the ball all the time, and they are dangerous when attacking. So really, I loved everything about the game because man, I was rooting for City.
Okay, Gideon, before I go to you, you were calling Musiala Masala, but if Ruben Diaz had not blocked that shot from Musiala, it was going to be a very different game, I believe. So, Mr. Liverpool, thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was a very good game, if I can say. But Thomas read the game badly, if I can, because now when you look at that game, you're playing a fast attacking team, Man City. They have good attackers, if I can say, and they have one striker that can keep the defense behind.
On tiptoes,
one thing he should have, on that toes. So one thing he could have done was improve on his midfield, as Dranix has said before, because the only guy who was doing good in his midfield was Kimmich. You remember when the second half started, Kimmich has to go deeper. He has to move forward a little bit, leaving two defenders behind, which was more dangerous, exposing the defense of Bayern. And you're playing against the likes of Bernardo Silva. Actually, Bernardo Silva was my man of the match, if I could say. He played a very better game. Yeah.
He pocketed someone.
So
he was turning the other man bad style.
So now Haaland has 11 goals in is it 8 matches, 9 matches in the Champions League? 7 games. How good can Haaland really be? Remember, he's just under 23 still. How good can he be?
As I can tell you, Haaland is just a normal striker, but he's in a very good team.
Okay. So Benji is here. Benji was waiting for that. He was waiting for that statement from you. So Benji, let's go.
My guy,
he's a normal striker in a good team.
Did you watch Haaland in Molde and in Salzburg? Did he have a good team behind him?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But those are farmers' games.
No. Did you watch him in Dortmund? They didn't win a single game against Bayern. They didn't win trophies with Dortmund. He didn't have a good team, but he still produced the stats. So I don't think he's just a finisher. I think we have underutilized him as Man City, even though he has ridiculous numbers. We've not yet fully unlocked the full potential of Haaland. We haven't seen him bully defenders the way he can. And he gets easy goals because, like you said, our players are brilliant. So they create chances where chances would not exist. But he's 22 years old, and the minute he's unlocked to the full potential, that guy can get 50 goals. If he's fit, he can be as consistent as Ronaldo and Messi. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay, talking about the goals, he has now 41 goals so far in the season. How many do you think he can score before the season? 45 so far. Sorry, my bad. So 45. Yeah. Hey, I didn't count the Carabao goals.
I wanted to say something. I don't know if most of us watched Van Nistelrooy. He's actually for me, Haaland is like Van Nistelrooy. You never see him in the game, but when he gets the ball, he does magic. I have a feeling with his age and how he's performing and how he plays and positioning and just how he reads the game, he's going to be
and the movements.
Yes, he's going to be much lethal. Yes, it's going to be much lethal. I'm saying it's going to be much lethal because I feel like he has settled in the game of the pressing football of Man City, and the moment he gets to eat, me, I feel like he's still on his B game. The moment he gets on his A game, guys, this Liverpool guys will know.
And one thing I want to tell you that
another interesting fact about Haaland before Mr. Liverpool chips in, he is the first player I've seen since Ronaldo who rarely gets caught offside. Until Ronaldo grew older and started, staying back in the D, Haaland has that same positioning thing that you can't even explain.
The mentality is top notch. Yeah, his positioning is he's always at the right time. Yeah, exactly. The right place, the right time.
Yeah, and in this season he has been caught offside, I think twice or once. So scoring 45 goals with only 2, being offside only twice, that's quite impressive. It's not just being a finisher.
Yeah.
Okay, talking about his all-round game also, I think today in the game, we saw how he dropped deep into the midfield, collected balls. His link-up was really good. And if he can add that to his game, I think he's going to be an all-round very good striker. But I also had something to ask you, Benji. Do you think if Harry Kane joined that Manchester City team, don't you think he was going to outscore Haaland, Harry Kane being an all-round player?
I do not think so. I think Harry Kane brings something different to our team. I don't think Harry Kane would play well with Grealish because they both hold the ball too much, in my opinion. Yeah. So it would slow down the Man City game, creating less chances. So I don't think you'd hit Haaland's chances. Haaland is a one-touch player, releases KDB, releases Bernardo, releases whoever else is around him, and then they create for him. Kane will come deep, hold the ball, and release a runner. And most times before he gets there, the runner scored. That's why Son now has 100 goals. So I don't think Kane would reach Haaland's numbers. I think we're good without Kane.
Dranix, you were saying something? You think you'd want Kane at Manchester United?
Kane is overrated. I wouldn't want him to come to Manchester United because he's already old, and I think we're building a younger team. So Kane coming to United, it is just vibes and inshallah. There's nothing.
I think he would do a good. You give you guys. You produce the good money. Kane is not overrated.
We don't need a one-season wonder. We don't need a one. We need some. We're building a project.
You're building a team with Weghorst.
Kane is the only consistent
with Weghorst.
Is the only consistent
English player. That's what I was going to say. That was what I was going to say. Kane would go to Man U and he'd do a job. Simple.
I put Kane in the top 5 finishers alive right now. Finishers, footballers. He is a very gifted footballer. He can pass. He can score.
He is gifted, but what I'm looking at is good. I'm not saying like he is bad. He's good. I'm just worried about his age. With our coach Ten Hag, I feel like he's a coach who loves to develop talent, not ready talent. He can't work with ready talent. You saw with Ronaldo,
but you need experience as well in your team.
Ronaldo has his ego. and he has his way of playing that he can't teach Ronaldo how to play football. He just has to tell him what to do in the pitch. And that's the same thing Kane will want. You won't teach him how to play football. But right now, he has a team whereby at least he can tell Anthony, you do this. Ginacho, do this. Like that is what he does best. And I feel like it's the same thing Arteta does, the same thing also what Pep does. If you come to Pep's team, never come as a star. You have to come as to learn. You get so.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not ready for United.
But one thing you should know is that there's something about football is consistency. So a caliber like Harry Kane with his consistency in Premier League, definitely I'll still choose Harry Kane with his complete passes, picks the ball and move. The Luis Suarez type of football, or Fernando Torres. You are comparing Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ruud van Nistelrooy missed a penalty in the unbeaten run. I think you remember that game around 2004 there. I don't want to. You cannot compare Ruud van Nistelrooy with Holland. Holland has never missed a penalty.
They kind of have some similarity. Leave alone the penalty. The penalty aside, the miss.
Okay.
But chances are high. Okay, so miss. It's just 22.
Okay, so guys, on the game,
I've never imagined someone who is 6'6" running towards you at the speed Haaland runs to score a penalty.
You get scared.
Wait, the way he came for that goalkeeper, and I was like, yo, is that a lion coming or what? The guy was too fast, man.
He's good. It's good, but
okay,
his position
lads,
matters.
Yes, good.
I was still praising. I was praising the Man City striker Holland. Now, one thing about him is that he knows that he's in a team where more balls come in the box. You know that any player can score, but apparently he's the front guy. So when you're the front guy, I can give you an example. Louis in Bayern squad. A lot of balls come in the box. So all you need to do as a striker is positioning yourself. When you are good at positioning, you score as many goals as you want. You can see the likes of Leo when they were in the Barcelona team around 2011 to 12. The guy scored almost 82 goals in the calendar year. I think you can remember. It's all about positioning yourself because he had good midfielders behind me. You're playing behind Andre Iniesta is behind you, Xavi is behind you, Busquets is behind you. So there's no way you run out of goals. Neymar. It's all about positioning and being consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. So lads,
and how they
go on
today. Sorry, Tony. Sorry.
Yes, I was coming into the game and I was going to ask for your man of the match. Who was your man of the match in the game?
My man of the match personally was Bernardo Silva. Like, I hate reading tabloids that he wants to leave. Personally, I understand why, because he's too good of a player to stay, a rotation player. But at the same time, I feel like if he stays with us, we'll win the Premier League like 8 times in 10 years. Because I really don't see any team yet that can challenge consistently in the Premier League. Arsenal got lucky this season. We both know unless they rebuild the team, there's no chance next season. Like, once you lose a key player, that's it. Man United is still, for me, I don't think the coach is the right fit. I don't think the players are the right fit. I don't know what Martial is still doing that. Sorry, I've gone into other jazz. Bernardo Silva.
Yes, that's okay. So, Dranix, who was your man of the match?
My man of the match, I am confused right now. I will go for Ake, Nathan, because man, he controlled the defense. He actually, for me, Matthias Ruben was very good. He outdid everyone at the back. And for Silva, man, I don't know, man. I was just very happy he had to pocket that Canadian boy properly. Overrated dude.
You go back to TikTok and talk about it.
I think Fonzie has a bad game. Fonzie is a good player. So Still talking about Ake, I was telling you guys in the group chat that Ake is, I think, my best defender for City this season. He does his business low key and he has been very consistent. Like what he does for that City defense, he gives it a very different balance, and even his movement on that wing is very good. You see, he almost scored a goal. So I think I'm also going to choose Ake or Bernardo. They both had a good game, but I think I'll go with Ake because they got the clean sheet.
And I wouldn't want Cancelo to come back and spoil his good form, because trust me, that kid, he waited for his chance. And when Cancelo said, "I am leaving," it was like, yo, you go, me, I'm going to up my game. And he has been doing that each game, in and out, and I'm sure City is going to win the Premier League. Tony said nothing.
Do you know the discipline that all the respect Cancelo has for Man City? You know, in the dugout before the game, he did not step on the badge for Manchester City. He passed around it. So I don't know about the behind the scenes and all that, but I think he has the respect and the love for the team because it has made it. Mr. Liverpool was the man of the match.
Did you watch the TikTok before even Mr. Liverpool goes? Did you watch the TikTok whereby he said, what? Who was Harry Potter? Someone. Did you see that when it was
Gnabry? Yeah, Gnabry.
Exactly. So he was actually talking about Gnabry being Harry Potter, who's going to save at Bayern. That's not even what banter for City.
No, but he's not at Bayern, so he has to.
Yes, he has to. Bayern. Exactly, that's it.
Let him not come back. Let him go.
Cancelo, he loves Man City, and he really wanted to stay, but he has issues with Guardiola. For me, I feel like his ego is too big. Those are the same issues Grealish had when he had just come. Grealish still felt like the man of Aston Villa, and he took a while to settle in. Cancelo got benched for 3 games and got too sensitive, which was unnecessary because he was playing before he got injured. So when you lash out like that, for me, I lose respect for you as a human being. So I don't think I would want him to come back either. He will disorganize the chemistry that is being built right now, like what Dranix has said. Ake used to be very injury prone, but right now he has kept fit. And I really don't think we need Cancelo. Yes, we need a deep team, but let the Rico Lewis boy grow up. Let Kyle Walker also play one more season and move on. But like Cancelo, I wish him luck. I wish he lands in a better team because I don't think he's going to last at Bayern. I don't think they can afford to buy him right now, and I don't think they need him. So yeah.
Okay, Mr. Liverpool, your man of the match.
Ake played well. The cover-up was okay, as my friends here have explained. Yeah, build up.
Okay, Mr. Liverpool, I think your Wi-Fi is playing games with you. Like how your Wi-Fi is playing games with you, eh?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go on.
Okay, now about Ake, in football, there's respect is very important. Discipline, respect is one of the most important things. There are a lot of good players who have lost their talent because of lack of respect and stuff like that. Look at CR7. And with the likes of Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho.
I will disagree with you about Ronaldo. About Ronaldo, I'll disagree because that's Ronaldo's character. Ronaldo is the most hated player and the most loved player. And he will never change his character to please anyone. He's always going to be him. Score goals to disapprove you, do anything. But I can tell you the player I feel like you should say who messed up his career is this guy from Spurs. What's his name? Who went to Turkey?
Dele
Alli.
Exactly.
He's playing for Besiktas.
Exactly.
But now I think
he's no longer going to be playing for Besiktas.
Yeah,
he has been dropped.
Sure. Now my man of the match is
Silva.
Bernardo Silva. He's a very good. He plays in the wing. He comes back and covers up the ball. He positions himself on the wing. Now, when you're playing on the wing, the most important thing, as I've told you before about Martinelli, you position yourself. Because most of these wingers, apparently, they forget that they're defenders. Look at my boy Alexander-Arnold. Most of the time, cover up is a problem. So now, when you're a good winger, just position yourself.
Okay, so you've gone with you've gone with
I've
Ake.
got
Dranix went with Ake. I also went with Aki. I think Benji went with Bernardo.
Yeah.
even me. I'm going with Bernardo.
You're going with
There's that,
Bernardo
there's
as
that
well.
pass that Bernardo. There's that pass that
Okay.
Bernardo gave to Stones when Haaland was open. That was supposed to be our fourth goal. That pass was out of this world. Like a first time,
Yeah,
no look.
very
Pass.
clean
It was
pass.
very clean pass. Yeah. So he really turned up today, and maybe we shall check later to see who took it home. But I think it should be him.
Okay, so if you're loving the content, subscribe to the channel, and then you can like and share, recommend some people to the pod as well. So, lads, the last thing I'm going to ask you is the return leg. Do you think Bayern Munich is going to do a comeback, or you think Man City is going to make it all the way?
Man, there's no coming back here, you man. 3 goals. You're playing against Pep Guardiola. These guys have
There have been comebacks.
players.
There have been comebacks in football.
Yeah, there have been comebacks because when you're playing these young bowlers, because now when Guardiola has experienced players in. Now when you're playing young bowlers, pressure.
Guys,
They don't know how to maintain pressure and crowd, you know. But now you're playing against Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. This Haaland is a good player. He doesn't work under pressure. Look at why Arsenal was beaten. Arsenal was beaten because the young boys could not maintain pressure. You get it?
I was going to say that.
Yeah, if they could have experienced players in, like Xhaka. Xhaka also did stuff that was not okay. But experienced players will just stay behind, defend the game 90 minutes. You think Jose Mourinho will lose that game, if I may ask you? 2 goals up, you cannot lose that game if you're a good team. Yeah.
Yeah, so Benji, you think you're making it all the way to the finals?
I think I'm still scarred by what Madrid did to us last season. I'll be frank. The first time I listened to Mr. Liverpool talk about his history with football and when he became a fan in the previous podcast. So my original team, like when I started loving football, was Madrid. My first Champions League final was Porto and Monaco.
Monaco,
yeah. And then after that, I just got into the whole thing, and I love Madrid from the start. I still love Madrid, so it's between Madrid and Man City. But I feel like once we get over Bayern, whoever comes next will be chap. Like the Yaya Toure curse is finally going down. Because
okay, I hope your words you don't swallow them in the next round.
I don't think I will. I've observed Bayern, and I feel like they're refusing to admit that they're going through a rebuild right now. They only have a few like experienced players. Muller he doesn't even start. Neuer is injured. The rest of the team is young, and they're all just getting. Yeah, Kimmich is also like experienced, but also a bit young. So the rest of the team is just fitting together right now, and I think they need more years to like become the Bayern juggernaut they used to be. I think it was wrong to fire the coach the time they did, but they went ahead and did that. So yeah, I feel like second leg will be more or less the same. Man City has this thing that I love, where once they smell blood, they want more. So
they finish
they'll go to
Bayern.
They'll go to Bayern as if they're the ones chasing. Man City has never played Bas, like under Pep, never. So they'll go to Bayern like
they did though against Arsenal at the Emirates in the first half, and they did waste time.
that was wasting time, but it wasn't Bas, and you saw how it played off.
So Dranix, do you think? So Dranix, do you think Man City makes it to the final, or do you see a comeback for Bayern Munich in the second leg?
I think in the second leg, Bayern is going to win, but they're not going to make it to the next round. They missed Chupo. Chupo was not present, but in the next game who's going to be there next week. I have a feeling also they are going to make changes. Probably Mane is going to start. Gnabry will start. They will want to play a bit defensive and offensive as well. I believe that they will pull some goals, probably even a 2-0 or something, or 2-1.
Okay, in the other game,
One
The
thing
other game,
about
Inter Milan. Yes, go on.
yeah, about Dranix thing, I also go with this thought because when you watch the game throughout, you found out that Bayern never had a striker because when you're playing a big team, you need a striker that stands there. You know what it means that being a striker is stand in front. You know the legs of Iki and which defender was he playing again? Stones. I was seeing Stones going in front.
Ruben Diaz. Stones
Ruben
is an
Diaz.
additional pivot in the midfield. That's what people don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
By the way,
Yes, he is the
guys,
second man in midfield with Rodri.
I've just seen is the man of the match, Stones.
Oh,
Stones. You see,
Yeah, he's the man of
he
the
had an
match.
assist as well, and he had a clean sheet.
yeah. Now
Yeah.
I was still talking about the striking lacking.
He's still unbeaten as a midfielder. So
The reason why those guys were going in front is that Bayern never had a striker that will keep them behind. So you saw, as you saw, all the Man City defenders were going in front to decide the game. I think you watched that. That was the easiest thing to beat a big team when there's no striker standing in front. You see now how Manu is doing apparently. Weghorst is good. He's not scoring goals, but he keeps the defenders behind. That's the most important thing. When you keep the defenders behind, you don't add anything to the midfield. The midfield is already open. The reason why John Stone goes in front is that there's no striker that disturbs them, Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I think I'll go a different direction.
Go on,
That's
Benji.
my family.
Yeah.
I
go on.
think today's game was won in the midfield. Bayern midfield was not really there. Sané, for me, who was the second best player after the keeper, played a lot in the midfield because there was no one like picking up balls there. They have devastating pace in the wing, but they didn't use it. I'll also agree with Dranix. If they start with Mane has a ball threat to him. Probably they can use him as a false nine. And Gnabry and Sané on both wings. I don't see why Coman starts right now in such a game, because aside from pace, his trickery is something that Ake can deal with. So they have a chance of scoring goals, but I've seen something unlock recently with Man City. They have this anger that they have a chip on their shoulder, especially when it comes to the Champions League. If you saw the demolition job against Leipzig, against 11 men, remember this is not a team that fluked its way to last 16. It's a really good team. They're doing well in Germany. But you could tell that this team is really trying to prove something. And getting 3 past Bayern, which could have been 5, is a statement. And I don't think they will let that slide in the second leg.
Well, I think I would love Man City to go further. It will give us an advantage in that they'll have more games, and I hope they'll accumulate fatigue, and then one way or the other would have a chance. So in the other game, Inter Milan managed to beat Benfica 2-0 in Portugal. That was in the other game. So, boys, thank you so much for coming on the pod. Benji, Dranix, Mr. Liverpool. Always a pleasure to have you guys on the pod, and I hope to see you guys on the other one. So, like I say, on the last bit of the pod every time, Manchester City is not winning that Premier League this season. See you, boys.
Can you make a bet live? Can you make a live bet right now before you go?